Miss Renee.
Miss Renee Show.
I like how you sing it.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Girl, I like how you sing it now.
Thank you, Mustafa.
And where we at now?
Miss Renee Show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome,
Welcome.
welcome to the Renee Now. Welcome to the Renee Allen and Friends Show. Wow, what a beautiful day outside. For those of you who stayed with me, thank you. We're right here in the nation's capital. Wonderful day right across from Howard University. HU, you know. And so we're going to make, yes, Karen Austin, I see she's doing this over there. Yes. So listen, thanks for tuning in. I love you. Let's just get started with the sponsors. Navetica, your pet's choice. Woo! That is getting ready to launch, y'all, after 2.5 years. It's a wonderful way to spoil, I'll say, the pet parents and their furry loved ones. You know, some people prefer pets over kids. And so what we're doing is giving an app, a free app, which we will launch on the 6th of September-ish. And it will provide innovative and revolutionary products and services for your furry loved ones. You don't have to get in the car. You can save your gas. It's things you can find that are not available on PetSmart or any other stores. And Dr. Lance London, the mastermind who owns the Carolina Kitchen where you get your chicken and much more, is the founder and CEO. It's going to change the way we look at the pet industry, so stay tuned. Also, we have Feel Better Fridays. Our girl, Silver Logan Sharp, the former lead singer of Chic, Freak Out. Yes, that's her. The first guest on this show 3.5 years ago. And she has a wonderful Feel Better Friday. It's in the Loft in the Art District in Maryland, and it is so fabulous. Jean Carn was there a few Fridays ago. I was able to stop by. She was singing Happy Birthday to Paula Potts, which is Silver Logan Sharp's mom. So it's so wonderful. So anyway, let's get started here. I want to say hi to my mom, who, you know, as we get these little ailments, you know, as you get older, and my mom, she looks so good for her age, and she tries to eat well and all that. But, you know, these ailments and these medical things happening to us as we get older. So I just want to say, hi, Mom, I'm proud of you. Keep that diet going on. My sister makes sure she cooks those great diabetic diets and things like that. Now, we have a lady on the show today. Now, Mom, don't look at this segment because I'm addicted to these honey buns, okay? You can't have any of those. But I'm so proud of her and my sister, Lisa. Let's get started with a few things. First of all, WIPS, Women Inside Professional Sports. I got a chance to connect with Gisette English yesterday, and they're getting ready to do their, I believe, 5th conference, which will be, I believe, November 1st and 2nd. We'll get that flyer probably by next week. But I wanted to give her a big shout out because she's such a big heart, and we're going to be doing some great things together. So that's WIPS. Please support that book. It's wonderful people, you know, Shaquille O'Neal, all types of women and men in there talking about their experiences in sports, the good, bad, the pretty, and the ugly, but it's unlike reality TV. So it's all real, okay? So let's give it up for that. Yes, all right. Also, Inspired by Love, a good friend of mine for about 17 years or so, Pastor Dawn M. Harvey. Love her. And she has a host of women, including my very dear friend, Lady Nakia Wright. And there's another Nakia Marie who is a singer, and she is phenomenal. And they're just all phenomenal. But they also have Gina Neely from the Food Network, and that's going to be an amazing launch of their book, Inspired by Love. I can't wait to do it. I believe I'm going to be hosting or doing something, but just to be in the audience of something like that is just exciting me. So kudos to y'all. I'm so proud of you. Also, G Natural, Roger Gore, my man. That one there, and Stephanie, you know I don't mean that I really mean that, right? You know, we've been going back a long time. That's like my brother from another mother, and he is doing great things. He started in the sink. He was a protege or worked with Barry Fletcher years ago, and now he's in every store you can think of, including Wegmans, and he's just all over the place. And I've been using the hair care products for about, I don't know, Roger, 20 years, the hair conditioner, and it's just fabulous. So he was at the expo, which we'll be talking about with our first guest, April, and I believe it's called Ubiquitous. Okay, you can look that up. And so I just love him. I love his products. Support him. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Jacob. And also Carolina Kitchen. They're having the Lobster Palooza. And this is, let me tell you, this Dr. London is a genius, and he just wanted to have some type of upscale Southern cuisine because that was something that was a void and a lack in America. And so go to Carolina Kitchen, give them a chance. If you haven't been there, they're consistent. It's like a McDonald's. Wherever you go, it's the same thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great food, great venue, great customer service. And I love him. I love Carolina Kitchen. I love the people there. It's wonderful. So just check it out and let them know Renee Allen and friends sent you. They might throw a little something in there for you. Okay? All right. So back to ubiquitous. Well, let's wait for April for that. But I did want to say something. If you have that character flyer up, Jacob, I do want to say something before we bring our guests on because, I'm a big lover of women and really the human race. And I believe there's one race, which is the human race. And, something that really bothers me, and I put something up on my post, I very rarely put something up that's shocking to people's characters and haters and troublemakers and those type of characters, right? So I wanted to read this. Character is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. There are too many people who think that the only thing that's right is to get by, but the only thing that's wrong is to get caught. I just want to say, during this past weekend, I witnessed someone treat someone that I adore, love, and respect foully. And this person lost an opportunity. We all know her, and I'm going to spare you her name. I almost feel like I should say her name to really show her a lesson about character, but I'm going to say this. What goes around comes around, and you do not discredit or try to demean someone's character who has helped you through your life since a young girl and has helped you and your daughter and has given you opportunities that you took for granted and quite frankly took advantage of it that they kicked you out of the organization. Stop talking bad about our CEO and anything that has to do with our CEO. Now, she knows who I'm talking about, and I hope I see her again to talk to her and give her a little bit of womanly love because it's not cool, and I just don't want to see you get in trouble. So let's just keep everything good and everybody be of good character. Just smile, be kind, because what God has for you, nobody can take away. We just don't need any troublemakers and haters causing problems. So get yourself together, and as the Braxton says, get your life, okay? All right. So listen, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to listen to the beautiful voice of Silver Logan Sharp. Her CD is The Groovement. Support her. She is so... I love her. I love her spirit. She's a comedian. She's a superb singer and a great woman of character, Silver Logan Sharp. Enjoy this song.
It's not for me, but the wind is right, we can sail away, find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles, just you wait and see, believe me. It's not far to Never, Never Land, no reason to pretend that if the wind is right, we can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles, just you wait and see, believe.
Welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends show right here on WLVS, the largest online radio broadcast in the United States. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm just even happier to be next to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I want you to meet April Chenier. I met her at the Ubiquitous Expo. Yes, Jermaine, congratulations. You did the doggone thing. Happy 5th anniversary, right?
Yes.
High five to Jermaine.
Yes. I've been to every one.
Yes. So first I want to just tell them why you're here.
Okay.
I frequent a lot of events, and I am drawn to people who have a good spirit vibe and have positive energy and the attitude, etc. And as I was leaving after 2 days, this wonderful expo at the convention center, I was drawn to April. And I was actually on my way out with a friend, and I was just drawn to her where I just took a detour to your booth. And she was actually packing up. And so I want to just let you know that I really like you. I really love your spirit.
Thank
and
you.
You just really, we need more people like you.
Thank you very much.
So tell them who you are.
My name is April Chenier. My business is called April's Paper. I'm an artist for 30 years, and my medium is paper.
Yes, and there's Jermaine.
Yes. Yep. And I facilitated a vision board workshop at Ubiquitous this year, which I was so honored to do. I worked with Jermaine and facilitated a vision board, a private vision board session with her back in February. And she was gracious enough to share it with us, and I displayed it at my workshop. And then she came in and talked to my, I call them my cut, paste, and sippers, although we weren't sipping.
Ooh.
She came in and talked a little bit about the process. She talked about her vision board, and just really helped to boost the experience for them. So it was really, really nice.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because I'm a part of Sisters for Sisters Network, and they do vision boards every year, normally the beginning of the year. Let's talk about how you feel about the vision board and what it means, and when you should be doing it, and why.
Okay. I just got into vision boards about 2 years ago. I didn't really know anything about them. I thought maybe they were a little hokey, but then I decided to host, at a friend's request, I decided to host a vision board party. And so in order to do that, I had to do my own vision board, which I still have. It was very late 2014 when I put it together, and things that I put on that vision board are still coming to fruition since that time. So one of the things that I love about vision boards is that they serve as a reminder, and they keep you motivated. And sometimes we sort of go off track.
Yes.
But then when we come back to look at our vision boards, they just spark something like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. And what I do is, because I've been an artist for so long and collage is my medium, I teach my participants how to put their vision boards together in an artful way, so that they will be motivated to look at them. They won't just roll them up and put them in the closet after the workshop. They'll want to frame them and hang them up somewhere prominent where they will see it every day. And that's what Jermaine did. She had hers matted and framed, and she hangs it in her office.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So when you say you do it in a certain way where people are reminded, what is the niche?
If you go out there on the internet, a lot of vision boards that you see, and a lot of women who come from workshops will have a humongous poster board with maybe 10 things on it, and it's just sort of like
I've seen
placed,
it.
it's just not, it's not something that you're going to hang anywhere. It's not something that you necessarily even want to look at because it's not pretty. What I do is I give a quick overview of my technique. And that's all people really need. You can tell by the pictures, you can see that all of their images are overlapped, which provides some cohesiveness. And I also believe in layering. So if you want to improve your health, and part of improving your health is eating better foods, then you may want to do the first layer with healthy foods underneath, and then put exercise on top. And you can see everything.
Like a subliminal.
Yes, absolutely, because it helps boost up the message that you want for yourself.
I love it.
And we focus on certain things at different times. So I find that on my vision board, I had some leopard print, just because I wanted, I wanted something a little sexy on mine, and it just reminds me, it just reminds me that okay, you can't just be wearing sweatpants around the house all the time.
Come
you
on
got to
now.
spice it up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love it. So, are you available for hire for people?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can we share that information with the viewers right here? at the
Absolutely.
camera?
Just give my telephone number. Or,
You can do whatever you
okay.
like, yeah.
People can contact me on Facebook at April's Paper. I'm also on Instagram at April's Paper. My telephone number is 410-262-4674. I've also branched out into organizational team building and professional development as well, because
great.
I just think I have my career vision board at work with me, and it also helps to keep me motivated.
Wow.
So yes.
I'm excited, and we're going to do more. We might
Okay,
even host
absolutely.
something here.
You absolutely could.
Yeah, I'll figure something out because I
Okay.
like it. I like it a lot. I'm sure a
Okay.
lot of viewers are like that. I see Karen over there looking you up, so. As being here in Austin, she don't miss a beat, so I know she was over there looking. But anything else you'd like to say to someone who is trying to catch on to the vision or find their passion when it comes to vision board or just your beliefs?
What I've experienced over the past 2 years is that creating a vision board is more than just a notion. It's more than just, oh, we're going to do this fun thing and, oh, it's just frivolous. The women that I work with are very focused. They want an effective vision board that works.
Yeah.
And what I do is help facilitate that process. So I help to choose the appropriate images for them. I mean, I'm not
Wow.
micromanaging their process, but certainly helping to choose images that aren't so literal. There may be some underlying things about what this particular image means to that particular person. And so that makes it very personal, and it helps them so that they don't have to decode their vision board to anyone.
Wow.
So if they're in the house with a spouse or with parents or children, no one's going to be able to decode their vision board because it's just for them, and it's got the images that mean what they want.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm getting a vision right now that I should be calling you the vision board coach, because not any that I've come across actually help you to facilitate the selection of the pieces on the board. So you are the vision board coach henceforth, as far as I'm concerned, right? And I know who you remind me of now.
Okay.
My cousin Kathy Montero.
Okay.
Looking at that camera right there, Kathy, your twin. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming. I
you.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
We're going to do some great things.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, please support her. We'll be right back. I believe Mike Winan's progress report is next, and we'll be right back with the Honey Bun Cake Factory. I can't wait. Look.
To my mother, I wanna know have I made you proud. And to my father, I wanna know have I ever been a problem child. And to my pastor, I've been trying to be in church a little more. And to my lady, just have patience, God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I may have hurt wrong. I've done, but putting it behind me. There are some things I gotta get right. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night, what if my life was being graded? What would it say on my progress report? What would it say on my progress report? I wonder what it would say. To all my teachers, thanks for taking extra time out with me. To my producer, thanks for keeping a young fella on the beat. And to the soldiers, going out there and risking your life for me. And to my lady, just have patience, cause God's still working on me now. I ask for forgiveness from anybody that I forgot to mention. Come and look at my long list. There are some things I gotta eventually get right. I to you. Loose ends need to be tied up. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I'm gonna hang on. I was thinking the other night,
back to the Renee Allen and Friends show. I am sitting here. First of all, kudos to DC Nightlife, my peeps, Daryl and JV. My God, did they have an amazing funk jazz festival this past weekend, right?
They did. Yes.
My goodness. You know, as I'm going, I go to a lot of events, and this weekend I said I'm going to pick a few from each event and have them on this show, and you were the person I chose.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the reason why I chose the Honey Bun Cake Factory, this is Tish McFarland, is because the same thing, just the energy, the smiles, the welcoming environment at her tent. Aww. I mean, it was hot the
it
whole
was very
time,
hot. Oh
and
my
it
goodness,
was beautiful.
It was so hot.
But I want you to just introduce yourself and tell them about your company, and you can introduce your partner over here.
Sure. Well, I'll introduce Annette first. Annette is a member of our staff, Annette Gray. She's been with us about
4 years.
4 years, 4 years, and she is a great asset to our company.
Yes.
We started back my husband and I started back in 2012. Actually, it was it was kind of on accident, so to speak.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, I'm not. My husband is an entrepreneur, and I'm more. He's more business minded, and I'm not. I'm from North Carolina, so I used to make these cakes all the time for friends and family. And he would ask me, "Hey, are you charging people for this?" I'm like, "No, it's therapeutic for me." So, so we went to a marketplace in DC, and we brought some cakes and sold out within an hour. So we started, So after that, my husband went to a restaurant, and they started ordering from one cake, and over a month it increased to about 10 to 15 per week.
Woo. Let me bring this bell over here. I think I'll be bringing this bell all your interview.
So that was 6 years ago. So today we're in about 50 different restaurants throughout the DMV.
My God, that is amazing.
Thank
so
you.
it's mainly DMV.
Yes, in Richmond. Mm-hmm.
Oh, in Richmond. Okay, all right. Well, I tasted. There were first of all, Lynette, you were something, because I was blindfolded to get over to Slave, because they were singing, right? Slide, slide. They were good, weren't they?
They were.
And I was like, focused, and I was like, she was like, "Hey, you want to taste?" That she had the rum and the honey bun, and you had all these different ones. She kept me over there for like 7 minutes, right? And they were all scrumptious. Which one is
Thank
this?
you. That's the sweet potato.
Oh my!
Yes.
You want to get
we
that,
brought
Jacob?
some to share with everyone, your staff.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
Yes, that's our little logo. So
Yes.
look out for that little bear, a honey
Is
bun
it
bear.
It's red. Oh, thank you, Jacob. It looks so good, and they're so big.
Yeah. I want you to get get the good taste.
So which is your staple? Which is the your anchor product?
It's probably a rum cake and the sweet potato. Those are our top sellers, but we have about 60 different flavors.
Wow.
And we make all of them in cheesecakes. So if you like the rum cake, we can flip that into a cheesecake for you. Or sweet potato, crumble some caramel and pecans on top.
We have pictures of that. Jacob, show that. Yes. Woo!
Yeah, that's the classic cheesecake.
Bam, boom, pate. I like that.
That's our brownie cheesecake cluster.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So are these your recipes, grandma's recipes? What's going on?
Well, the classic honey bun cake, if you go to a lot of mom and pop restaurants in North Carolina, you'll find them there. So all of our recipes are based on that one. So, all the 60 different recipes are they were developed by my husband and I. So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you got to give a shout out to hubby, because
we were double booked. Sometimes we're triple booked, and he's somewhere else doing some more honey bun cake factory work. So we have to divide and conquer sometimes.
Well, I love the story in reference to you being therapeutic and your husband saying, "Wait a minute, baby. I love you. With all these eggs and all this milk, we got to make some money." Correct?
That's right. That's him. You sound just like him. Yeah.
It always takes two to make everything work. That peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's us.
How long y'all been together?
Total 9 years, but we've been married for 5.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Actually, our anniversary is next week. So,
woo-hoo, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
So, you got started. You have a great partner, of course, your husband. Great partnership with someone. I mean, because that's rare.
It is.
That's
it is.
really rare to find someone that has your back and down with you, and they're not your husband or your sister.
That's right. She's been very loyal and dedicated to our company, and we could never ask for a better person. I don't even call her an employee. I just said she's a member of our company. So I
love it.
Yeah, I don't even say that. Yeah.
I love it. Well, what advice do you have to because this is a great story.
Thank you.
Right, to people who are at home doing things that could make a living out of it, that need an extra push, like your husband did for you, but don't have a husband to push them. What do you say to them?
Well, if you know you have a great product, just believe in yourself. Do your research. See what your niche is, and if your product stands out, and if it's something that you know other people are going to want, go for it. Just like I said, do your research and see what your market is. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot. Because I still have my full-time job, and my husband does this full-time.
Oh, the bell
He
done
runs
stop working.
ding, 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 ding. It's true. It's true. So he runs it full-time, but we're still building. But I know I digressed a little bit, but
It's okay.
If we can do it, I know anyone could. It's not to say that it's easy, but it's a lot of work, and you have to put there are a lot of hours, and like I said, Annette's she's one of our most loyal, if not only one of our most loyal people on our staff, but if other people don't show up, it falls on us, and you have to. When it's your business, you have to do it. Yeah, you gotta let it. You can't let it fall through on the wayside. You have to do it.
My mentor, Dr. Lance London of Carolina Kitchen, he talked about loyalty at the meeting we had the other night, and loyalty is the key. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you knew someone from second grade, or they're your sister, or what matters is if I met you 2 minutes ago, you're loyal to me, right? So you just hit on that, and it gave me a nice little warm fuzzy feeling, because you can't find that. No, there's a lot of stuff going on. So what advice, or you gave advice, but what would be your key tip or point to entrepreneurs?
Wow. It is so many things. I would say if you can get a good mentor. There are a lot of things that I wish that I know now. If we could go back 6 years ago, I would tell myself, my husband, but there are a lot of things that we had to learn the hard way. But if you can get a mentor, and like I said, doing your research and background is the key. It is. No matter what your business is, it's the key. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, how can they get a hold of you? Because I don't have any forks to try it on, but I've already had it. It's scrumptious. It had me licking every finger. And I was at the park. What was it? Where were we? What was it called?
The Regency Stadium.
Yeah, Regency Stadium. And I didn't have a napkin, so I was like, it was so delicious. I had to have it.
Thank you.
So, I just want them to know how to get a hold of you, to get some of these things, maybe some of the stores, what your website was.
Absolutely. Our website is www.thehoneybuncakefactory.com.
Yes.
You can also reach us at 202-378-0184. And we're also on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just check us out.
Check them out and taste this out, because I'm telling y'all, it is so and it's so big. I wish y'all could see the size. It's dense. It's delicious. I can't wait to taste it. And I know they're all going to want to taste it here too. So thank you so much for thinking about them.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Tish McFarlane, your husband, and Annette, and all of the employees of the Honey Bun Cake Factory. Thank you, and God bless you. We'll be talking, right?
Thank you. Yes,
all right,
ma'am.
we'll be right back. Hang in there. We have Karen Marie Alston next.
Gave my best to some who only gave their worst, but that's alright. I never had your love, well, you won't be the last. heart is where it stays, and now that ain't right. And what good's a song if you don't sing your pain away every night? 'Cause this life will be back around. So don't let it let you down.
Hello, and welcome back to the Renee Allen and Friends show. I am sitting here with the Karen Marie Alston. She was the original co-host along with Alvin Jones and Timothy Jackson 3.5 years ago on the Renee Allen and Friends show. And she is back doing her cameos, but it's her belated birthday, y'all. Woo! So we're going to pour a little bubbly, okay, girl?
Yeah.
Just a little something. Because you was all over, you in Miami, all over the place. But we're going to have a little belated celebration here. And guess what?
What?
Tish McFarland of the Honey Bun Cake Factory was right on time. with this
Yes,
one, right?
thank you.
Boom!
Cheers.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
And it's very good.
Yes, you look wonderful.
Shout out, wait, we got to do a
Oh,
product
yeah,
for
shout
Ada
yeah,
House.
of course. Go. Shout them out, girl.
We got to shout out Ada House Wine. It's a local DMV area wine that is exploding all over the United States. And I've been waiting on the sparkling white, so I'm so happy to taste it. And I love you.
I love you. I love you. And while we're talking about it, this is our favorite right here.
That's
She
for
turned
us.
me on to it. So
That's for us
look
later.
No, this is for you to enjoy by you because this is a cupcake red
It's
velvet.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, you turned me on to this, and I am hooked. So I said, let me give you this for your birthday. So that's yours. You're not
Thank
going to
you.
share that.
Thank you.
And then you
That's
can
a
look at that
blessing.
stuff later that I got you. But listen, let's get to the nitty gritty, girl, because you
Yes.
know we all love Karen Marie Alston, of course. She's the CEO of AMG Marketing Communications and responsible for so many things you see around the DMV, including those red bikes advertisement all over the DMV. She is so humble and doing so many great things. And so what I want to do is kind of get a little deeper today
Let's get deep.
with what you've been doing. So first of all, let's talk about the Spectrum Circle.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. First of all,
closer.
as everyone knows, Renee is one of my original supporters. She always is there for me when I ask her
My
to do something. And I got a little emotional last Friday because I signed the contract with the Fairmont Hotel for the 4th annual Spectrum
on
Circle
now.
Awards to take place on March 15th, 2019. And to have the general manager of the Fairmont Hotel say to me, not only do we love you, but you are never leaving us with this event. And as you know, the venue holds 160 people. We will have 160 women crammed in there on March the 15th, looking
And another
fabulous.
500 trying to get in there
And another
afterwards.
500 trying to get in
when it
after
sells out.
when it sold out. And I'm just so thankful and blessed about that. The Spectrum Circle is growing so rapidly, so I'm just trying to navigate that. And I have to quickly say that I'm about to announce the panel that I've put together for our millennial event during caucus. I'm going to have nothing to do with it because I'm not a millennial.
And we have the flyer too, the millennial
And,
flyer. Yeah.
if you could put up the millennial flyer. It's going to be at the Eaton Hotel, which is a brand new hotel in D.C. on 12th and K.
Yes.
The owner, her father is a Hong Kong billionaire, and her dream is to create artist-centric properties around the world. And this is the first one. And so we're going to be partnering with them and doing a lot of events there. But what's so cool is this event is an all-millennial event, men and women talking to each other about how millennials are disrupting the world.
Yes, they are.
So I'm just going to sit in the audience and enjoy.
Another thing about millennials when it comes to pets is that they're having more and more
They have more
pets,
pets,
and no
yes,
children.
and no children.
1 and 2 and 3 pets. I look around DC and I see all these dogs and cats and no grass. So I don't know what's going on.
Trust me, as a DC resident, that's all we see are dogs and cats. So
Well, Levitica's
yes,
coming, y'all, so we have everything for you.
there are a lot of customers here in the district.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So let's talk about something else. Shirley, recently, you were brave and bold enough to talk about your Me Too experience.
Oh yeah.
And someone who's been, at Harvard, who's worked for AOL, who's worked, you have her bio is just impressive. What gave you the strength to come out now?
So that has been so life-changing for me. And you guys can put up the photo of Justin Baldoni and I.
Oh, yes, yes, the gentleman.
So when I did this, I taped this episode back in, I don't know if you guys watched Jane the Virgin. That's the star of Jane the Virgin, Justin Baldoni. When I did this, I had a lot of aha moments. And as a woman, we tend to feel small. Women come up to me all the time and share their stories of being sexually harassed or having someone, make them feel small in the workplace. And for me, sharing this experience was my aha moment and my full circle moment because I was able to get back my power that I had lost.
Yes.
And the other thing that it made me realize, and this is just God, and all I can say is pay attention because 2019, there may be some changes. But I went to school across the street, School of Business at Howard University. I was a finance major. And I had one dream to work on Wall Street. You know. My HU fans know, but HU friends. So I had one dream to work on Wall Street. And what the Me Too experience did to me is I walked away from my dream, which was to stay on Wall Street. And so now it has caused me to reflect and say, maybe it's time to go back.
Hello.
Hello. But I love hearing from women share their stories. I encourage women to share their stories and to let the world know, because if we don't tell people what happened to us, then people dismiss it and think, oh, it really didn't happen, or it's no big deal, or someone flirted with you. What's the big deal? It is a big deal. And if you're not in an environment where you feel supported, or have an HR that feels supported, or have a corporation where you feel supported, I knew I wasn't going to be supported. My boss was a moneymaker. He brought in a lot of money to the firm. In no way, shape, or form were they going to take my word over his. So I knew my only option was to leave. And that needs to stop. Yeah. So I'm very happy I did that.
Yeah. When you talked about that, I am as well.
I'm still drinking now.
Yes, let's drink a toast to you and everything that's getting ready to happen for all of us. So when you talked about that, first of all, you had told me that you were getting ready to do that.
I was scared to death.
But when I saw the video, that's when I started crying. And everybody saw the messages and everything on Facebook. You touched so many people because no one, first of all, would think that happened to you. Right. Because you're so tall, so strong, so educated, so everything that people are looking to do, you have everything in one. And so you would think that, people have so much to say when things happen. Or I would have done this, I would have. No. So you really helped when you poured into the women, So I really applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So let's talk about, where do you get your inner strength? I've met your mother, okay? And I heard about your brother, and I've met a lot of people around you. And I also know, which I want to share, is that before Karen started even doing the co-hosting with me, she used to always give advice to her friends. I mean, she should have had a column in the Afro or Washington Post or somewhere, because she always gave advice, and it always affected the people around you. And I think that's how everything got started, right? So tell us,
I started right here on the Renee Allen Friends Show.
Did you hear that? Say it again, girl.
You put that photo up on me and Roland. Roland has to give credit to the Renee Allen Show. How I got there.
I appreciate you, girl. Look, that's a huge compliment to hear that from you. Although you were just such a dear friend, and I wanted you to start with me because of her heart and just your unselfish.
Thank you. Well, I fully believe that what you put out in the universe, you get back. And I've watched a lot of people do a lot of things. And in your earlier segment, I've watched people demean, defame, tear down, do all that stuff. And when you watch people do that, yeah, there's short-term gains, but they're never long-term gains. And I also wanted to be the best person I could be. I'll be honest and say that a few years ago, I had a bicycle accident, which you were around when that happened.
Yes,
and I was in the ICU, and the doctors were telling my parents that they didn't know if I was going to look the same, that I could be deformed for the rest of my life. And I'm crying, just so many tears. And in that moment, I had a conversation with God. And I said to God, if I can look the same, and get out of this, I'll work as hard as I have to get back to normal, that I will be the best person I can be. And I will grow and work on myself so that I can help others be the best people they can be. And 6 months later, I was able to look like myself. And so because of that, I learned an important lesson. And what I put out in the universe comes back to me 10, 20-fold. If you'd have talked to me 5 years ago that I've been to Harvard twice and have professors and CEOs that email me, I would have said, no, there's no way that would have happened. And now, you know, my life is completely changed, and it's all God, but it's also what you put out into the world.
And it's because you kept your promise to God. Because so many people get in a rut or get in a valley, and they make promises until everything's fine, and then they forget.
Right.
And that happens a lot, you know?
The other thing I did is I try my best. Granted, we live in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. And we're
to
human.
minimize toxic people. So
Give me some.
we all have to interact with it. We all have to
Yeah.
see it. We go to stores, we go to businesses, we go to work, we see it. So I just minimize that as much as possible. You know, whatever interaction outside of pleasantries, after that, I don't want that toxic energy around
Yeah,
me.
look. Boom.
Yep.
And on that's a great segue, Karen, because we have so many minutes left. But I'd like you to look in that camera and talk to these toxic, fake, backstabbing, troublemaking people. I don't know why they do it, why you can smile in someone's face and turn around and at the same moment try to sabotage something that you just congratulated them on. What is going on with that? Can you talk to these broken women?
Yes. First of all, I had to learn the hard way that whenever someone demeans me or tries to tear me down or stabs me in the back or talks about me or any of those things, that is not about me. It speaks volumes about them. And so and I can be honest and say that I have done things I'm not proud of in a younger stage of myself. And so what you have to do is look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you proud of who you are as a person? And if you're not, how do you change? And sometimes we get in these cliques of mean girls and we think it's fun and we think it's cute to demean and tear down other people, but it's not.
It's not.
And so life is so short and so precious. So when you cross over into the next life, are you going to be able to say, I'm proud of what I have done, how I have treated other people, how I have poured into other people? Or are you going to say, I really screwed this up? Because you don't get a repeat. There is no repeat button on
Come
life.
on now.
So when I see people do things and I hear people do things, I always question as to what is it in you? What jealousy, what insecurities, what has happened to you that you're projecting all that onto other people? And I've gotten so good that I recognize it
And
immediately.
what do you not want people to know?
Yeah, and what do you not want people to know? And so when it comes at me, it's just like, oh, I just want to pray for them and say, hey, you can change and be a different person. You don't have to be this way.
Yes.
And sometimes people think they get ahead. And like I said, you can get ahead in the short term, but karma always comes back
Mother karma.
in some way, shape, or form.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we see it play out when people hit levels of success, and all of a sudden, here comes a speed bump,
Yeah, I
and
don't
you
play with
find
karma.
out what that person was really about when you thought they were one way. So
Wow.
I want to get to the other side and be proud. I have to atone for what I've already done and be proud of what I'm doing in the future.
Well, you know, it always comes to the time when we have to say goodbye. So come on, ladies. First of all, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I will always be there for you. I love the fact you're in my life. You're one of the women who always, whether we agree, disagree, can't be there for each other, you're always there for me.
Thank
You
you.
know?
Always.
And I appreciate that. The
Always.
honesty, the genuine,
Always.
the transparency,
Always.
and that's for life.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. I love you
I love
so
you too.
much.
Come on, ladies, come on up.
Thank you.
We
What a
go,
great
woo!
show. And I'm so proud of you and what you've accomplished.
Oh, thank you.
Ladies,
People like you and these ladies, that's
you
how I'm
guys are
doing
amazing.
it.
And I love meeting small business owners. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to see, kind of pair it up. You see?
I see,
Because
I see.
networking, this is what Dr. George C. Frazier says with Power Networking Conference. He says, if you're not networking, you're not working.
Yeah, I fully agree with
So
him.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank
April,
you, everyone.
thank you, Annette,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Tish,
We're gonna
thank you,
eat
Karen.
some of this right
Yes.
now.
And we're gonna, as we segue out of here with Jacob, we could just sing happy birthday to Karen, okay? Happy birthday, Karen. Happy birthday, Karen. Happy birthday. Happy Happy birthday.
The choir. The choir.
Happy birthday. We'll stand. God bless y'all. See you next week.
Thank you.
Miss Renee Show. Hey, Miss Renee Show. Where we at on